Sokka is sexist.
You're not serious.
And no matter how much Netflix will try to deny it, no matter how much they take it out of the story, he will always start out that way.
I think I should stop saying words now.
The question and the statement at the heart of Sokka's story is, will he stay that way? Sokka starts out basically a jerk.
I'm getting hungry.
Hey!
You gotta forgive him a little bit because, I mean, his dad left him alone as the only, dude in the tribe, and he had to be the leader and the protector. And that's the other important part of this story that Netflix doesn't seem to understand. That Sokka is not just a protector, and he is not just sexist. Because while he starts out sexist, his whole story arc is learning that women can be as good of warriors as men. That those divisions that he believes are necessary really aren't. And you would think that his sister would prove this to him by her skills at waterbending, and perhaps that is one of the reasons that he believes this. But I think that Suki kind of is the bigger reason. And so we'll look at episode 2 of the live action show because it really shows how he learns this. And I use the live action show simply because it doesn't get copyright striked as much. So when Sokka arrives, both in the animated and the live action, and I will kind of fuse them into one, he is a bit of a jerk and he is extremely prideful. He thinks that because he's a man, it doesn't even matter if he's fighting a girl because he's a man and men are better warriors. Even after getting beaten up and captured by the Kyoshi warriors, he still thinks that he's better than them. And he says, I'm the best warrior in my tribe.
I'm the guardian of my village too, so.
Now, remember this, because this becomes important in season 3 in the conclusion of Sokka's story arc, but we'll get there. Through her skills, Suki proves to Sokka that his presuppositions are false. She proves that women can be good at fighting as well, and Sokka has to learn this. After he learns this and he comes to this understanding of humility and the fact that other people can be better than you at something you think you're good at, he becomes better at what he does. And what does Sokka do?
I'm just responsible for the safety of the village.
Sokka is the protector. And this, in itself, is what it means to be a man. It is hardwired into men to protect others, to protect their family, to protect their wife specifically. And Sokka's father understands this. When he leaves, what does he tell Sokka to make him feel like he is needed and he is important and he is a man? Sokka is feeling sad because he is not able to go off to war like all the other men because he's too young. But what does his father tell him? I need you to protect the tribe, to protect the village, to protect Wolf Cove. This shows that Sokka's father understands that protection is an innate part of being a man. And Sokka knows this. This is almost his primary drive. He's staying with his sister, I believe, to protect her. For him, it's less about Aang and more about Katara. He wouldn't go on this mission with Aang if it wasn't for Katara. I think if Katara had stopped at any point, he would have stayed with his sister and not stayed with Aang. That's because of his desire to protect.
I'm getting hungry.
Hey!
And once he becomes humbled by Suki, once he learns that other people can be better at things than him, he becomes a better protector. And if we even look in season 2 at the episode where they're crossing into Ba Sing Se, he's overprotective of Suki. Why? Because in his mind, he failed to protect Yue. Everything comes back to this. Will Sokka fail to protect the ones he loves again? And a poignant moment in the season finale, in the show's finale, is a moment where Toph, who is an incredibly more powerful character than Sokka. Yes, at this point, Sokka's learned how to wield a sword, and we'll get to that in a moment because it is also extremely important in his arc. But just because of that, he still feels the need to protect her. Despite the fact that Toph is incredibly more powerful than him, and despite the fact that they are in the air on an airship, debris raining down, what does Sokka do? He covers Toph. He jumps over her and protects her from the debris that is raining down. First off, I do think it's because he knows she can't see it. He is aware of her one weakness. Sokka, in his protector's instinct, at that moment, he knows, and he has become a full protector of everyone, not just his family. As for his humility, it's proven in Season 3. It's shown that he really has learned his lesson. Remember how I said to point out that he believes he is the best fighter in his tribe, and while he may be, that means nothing. And that is proven by A, Suki beating him, and B, his master saying, oh, what are you gonna say? I've heard this speech a million times. You're the best warrior in your village, and you've come here to learn from me. Sokka, in this moment, shows his humility. He says, no, I know I'm not good enough. I know I have a lot to learn. That's why I'm here. And in that moment, his master knows that this guy is different. This guy has faced failure. This guy understands that he is not good enough, that he needs to learn, and those are the best people to teach. Because someone who has the desire to learn will always be better than someone who already thinks they know it all. Sokka's humility drives his protection. It drives his skill, and it drives his desire to be better. While I don't think that removing Sokka's sexism from the show undermines that story arc, because his arc is not about whether he is sexist or not. His arc is about pride, humility, and protection. And all three of those things are still intact in Season 1 of the live action show. Whether this continues through the next 2 seasons, we can't be sure. But all I know is that Sokka is a prime example of what it means to be a man because of his humility and his protection.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Farewell, friends.